Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. The next gen update for Fallout 4 is out since a couple of days and I spent several hours to find out what is the best graphic mode to play the game with, because this game is actually offering a lot, and after testing the game for a very long time I found of course my favorite, but maybe it's not your favorite. So let's talk about all the different graphic mode what this game is offering and let's find out what are the differences. But before now talking about all the different graphic modes what the game is offering, let's talk about an issue what I faced with my Xbox Series X version, and I'm not the only one. So what I found is that I was not able to have a 30 FPS mode, I was not able to have a 40 FPS mode, and the 1440p mode also doesn't look to work actually. So it looks like at the moment on the Xbox Series X, at least when I was recording this video, is just outputting the 60 FPS performance mode. At least that's what I found. So maybe it's now fixed, but that's the reason why I'm just focusing on the PlayStation 5 version in this video. But now it's time to talk about all the different graphic options what we have in this game, and this game offers a lot. So we have a 4K 30 FPS mode, which has a native 4K resolution and 30 FPS. Then we have a 4K 60 FPS mode, which targets 4K, but we have a dynamic resolution. That means most of the time we don't have 4K resolution, but we have 60 FPS. And then on top, when you play the game on a 120 Hz screen like the LG G2 here, you have also a 40 FPS mode, and according to my information also targets 4K resolution with dynamic resolution. So you can see there is a lot to play around with, but that's not the end. It gets even better, because this game, according to my info, and maybe I'm completely wrong about that, so put this in the comment section, but this game offers the first native or dedicated 1440p graphic mode. So what I'm talking about, okay, let me explain. So you can set your PlayStation or Xbox, of course, to 1440p output resolution if you have a compatible screen, okay? So, but that doesn't mean that the game now is rendering internally with 1440p. It also doesn't mean when you set this to 4K that the game is rendering in 4K, okay? Because the output resolution what you set here has nothing to do with the render resolution from the game or of the game, okay? So, but in this case, if you set your PlayStation or Xbox in Fallout 4 to 1440p, the game is also rendering native with 1440p resolution and very high settings. So that means on a native 1440p screen, you get really native 1440p resolution. And I think that's the first time ever. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. Again, put it in the comment section, but this is absolutely fantastic. The question still now is, which mode is the best? So let's talk about frame rate first, and what I found is that all the different graphic modes, the 30 FPS, 40 FPS, 60 FPS and of course the 1440p 60 FPS mode are delivering a very great experience. But as always we need to keep in mind that I'm not using professional tools to analyze the frame rate, and I was not able to play the whole game to verify the consistency of the frame rate. So I had actually the feeling that the game is stuttering, very minor stuttering from time to time, especially noticeable in the 60 FPS mode, but I can't see this on my analyzers. So I'm not sure if there's an issue with my recording, with my analyzers, or maybe we're talking about a different issue in the game, maybe loading assets, stuff like that, and that's why I can't see it on my analyzers. Again, what I found from my own experience, all the different graphic modes are offering a really great experience. And now let's move on and let's talk about the visual differences between all different modes. And we're starting with the quality 30 FPS mode, the 40 FPS quality mode, and also the performance 60 FPS mode. And what you can see on my side-by-side comparison, that there is indeed a difference in regards of resolution. What I also found is that the 4K and the 40 FPS mode is offering slightly higher details, or a little bit more details on some objects, but not all the time. So in regards of very far objects, you have a couple of more trees in the native 4K and the 40 FPS mode, and on some objects you have a little bit more details, but that's actually it. In regards of shadow quality, I couldn't find a very big difference between the 4K mode, 40 FPS mode and the performance 60 FPS mode. But now let's move on to a very interesting comparison, the 1440p 60 FPS mode versus the performance 60 FPS mode. And I think it is very clear that you can see that there's a big difference actually in resolution, because the 1440p mode offers of course just 1440p, but the performance 60 FPS mode offers a much higher resolution, as you can see here in my side-by-side comparisons. And not just that, I found actually on top that yes, the 1440p 60 FPS mode has in the far distance slightly more objects, and it looks like the draw distance is better, but on some objects I found actually missing details on the 1440p native mode, so which are present in the 60 FPS performance mode. Okay, my friends, so what is my summary now in regards of the different graphic modes in Fallout 4? And yeah, my favorite is actually the performance 60 FPS mode. Even I have a 120 Hz screen here, I would not recommend to play the 40 FPS mode because I couldn't find any advantage actually. Maybe you have slightly higher details or the draw in distance or pop-ins are slightly better, but that's it actually. But you sacrifice 20 FPS, and between 40 and 60 FPS, that's actually a big step in my opinion. The same as 30 and 40, because 40 is much better than 30 FPS. But again, I prefer actually the 60 FPS mode, which I have here right now, over the 40 FPS mode. And especially I would not recommend to use the 1440p mode on a 4 screen like that, because you will just actually you will have a much lower resolution compared to the performance mode, and actually no benefit or advantage in regards of the graphical quality, because again, after I compared the game, there's not much of a difference. Of course, complete different story if you have a 1440p screen, then yes, use the 1440p mode, because then you have an absolute fantastic sharp picture, because then your monitor screen doesn't need to do any scaling. Okay, so that's very simple. So 30 FPS as always. Thank you very much. I don't like 30 FPS at all. I don't understand how you can play a game like that in 30 FPS. I tried it, but it is not playable for me, because aiming and stuff like that, it's just terrible in my opinion. But again, that's my opinion. So do me the favor, put in the comment section what graphic mode you are playing the game with, and also put in the comment section please if the Xbox version is already fixed, because I would like to compare Xbox and PlayStation 5 as well. Thank you very much for watching me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.